shot this picture a while ago and I've been contemplating on when to edit it. So I decided to edit it today, but then bring you guys along while I edit. I don't really know the outcome of it because I didn't really have a clear result of how I wanted it to look in my mind when I was shooting, but hoping to create something beautiful after edit. Let's jump right into Photoshop, add some editing magic to it and see what we can make out of it. Alright, so let me drag and drop our image up into Photoshop real quick. We have it here, so just gonna drag it like this and then just drop it into Photoshop. As you know, whenever you open a raw file in Photoshop, it's gonna open up the Camera Raw plugin inside Photoshop for you. So here we have our image. Let me just do some minor adjustments over here and see what we are gonna get. So I'm gonna increase the exposure a little bit. Let me zoom out. Yeah, so you have something like this. Let me play around with the highlights a little bit as well. Let's see what we can get. Contrasts, I think -13 is okay. Okay, the blacks as well. Just leave this as what it is. Let me just check the before and after. This is the before. This is the before and this is the after. This is just minor adjustments. Yeah, just some basic adjustments just to make sure the image is looking clearer for us to see. Alright, so let me zoom out and let me just click on open image to open the image up in Photoshop. Yeah, so now we have our image loaded up here into Photoshop for us. So first and foremost, let's check and see the things that we are supposed to remove and then just do the basic cleanups on the image. So we're going to remove this side, and obviously we're going to remove this thing over here. What we're going to do first and foremost is press Ctrl and J to duplicate our layer, background layer over here. It's layer 1. So I'm going to zoom in and then remove this first. So I'm going to use the patch tool to do this. Let me zoom out a little. Just circle around the side that we want to remove like this. And then just drag it to the side that is much better. Just like that, we've removed it. So let me zoom into the side and remove it. The same process, just circle and then just drag to a cleaner area just to remove it. We're going to do the same thing to the side as well. Just circle, select, and then drag like this. Now we have our background looking much cleaner. Yeah, much cleaner than before. Alright, so what we're going to do next is we're going to select the mixer brush tool and then just smoothing the background a little bit more. So before that, we're going to make a selection around our image over here so that when we are smoothing the background, it's not going to smudge into our subject over here. So come to select and then subject and then just wait for it to load. Yeah, so we have our subjects cut out nicely over here for us. So let me just quickly add this into the selection, the side, and then let me zoom here. We hold shifts and then you're gonna see the plus sign, okay, as you can see on the screen. Then you're gonna hold Alt to deselect, to circle around the sides that you want to deselect, and it's gonna deselect it for you, as you can see. So let's deselect the side as well. It doesn't really matter, but just for the tutorial sake. Yeah, so this is looking nice. Let's add this side to it. So shifts and it's gonna add the plus sign. There we have it selected beautifully for us. All right, so zoom out. So we're going to press Ctrl C to copy, Ctrl V to paste. So now we have our subject selected separately on a different layer for us. So what we're going to do now is we're going to select the background as well on a separate layer. So we're going to hold Ctrl and then just press to bring back the selection. Then we're going to select back our layer 1. Right, so we're gonna right click and then select inverse. It's gonna select just the background for us, as you can see. Right, so we're gonna press and hold Control C to copy, Control V to paste. So now we have our background on a separate layer. You have our background on a separate layer, and then we have our subject as well on a separate layer, as you can see, right? So we're gonna work on the background now. So let me just change the name over here to background, and then let me change this to subject, like that. All right, so with our background selected, we're gonna now select the mixer brush tool like this, increase the size a little, and then let's zoom out. And then with this setting, wet at 100%, load at 55%, mix at 75%, and then flow at 67%. So you're just gonna brush like that. There are many ways to do this, but I prefer doing it manually. You can just use the Gaussian blur option and then just do it once and for all, but I prefer doing it manually because it gives me more control. Just gonna brush like that. Always make sure you're brushing into our subjects. We have our subject selected over here on a different layer, so it's not going to affect it that much. So you're gonna brush it in like that. Yeah, I think it's looking smooth enough for me. Let me just zoom in and see how smooth the background is looking. I think it's okay, so I'm just gonna leave it at that. Maybe a little bit more. Alright, so what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna merge all the subjects and then the background as well as layer 1 into one layer like that. So let me just do it again for you to see. So you select the subject layer and then hold shift and click on the layer 1 over here, and then right click and then just merge into one layer. That's merge layers. It's gonna merge into one layer for you, as you can see. All right, so now let's zoom into the face of our subject over here. You have some pimples and stuff going on, so we're gonna just go ahead and then play our action, or we can create our frequency separation and then just do everything from scratch. But just merge this to one layer, so it's gonna merge into the background like that. All right, so let me come to the actions panel over here, and then just press on the frequency separation like this, and it's going to load our frequency separation action for us. But hey, if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, kindly hit the subscribe button, and don't forget to like this video as well, because it helps me a lot. Thank you very much in advance. All right, so let's go in and then start our frequency separation. So we select the color layer like that, zoom out. I'm sure by now you know how I do it already. If you're new here and you don't really know how I do it, first and foremost, I go to the lasso tool, select the color layer, and then I first and foremost go around like this, right click, and then Gaussian blur. That's what I do first. And then I'm just gonna go to filter, blur, Gaussian blur, and then set my Gaussian blur radius. I'm sorry, let me just cancel this. Select the side, still with the lasso tool selected, right? I'm gonna come here, filter, blur, Gaussian blur, and set this to 8.8. I think 8.8 is cool, and I'm gonna press OK. So I'm gonna go around the image and then just select, right click, Gaussian blur, apply the Gaussian blur to our image, right, to get some smoothness first. And I repeat this to all the face. Like that. I'm gonna speed up this side so that it's our video won't be too long. Yeah, mind you, fragrance separation takes quite some time, so you have to make sure you have enough time when you're doing it. And the more time you have for it, the better the results you're gonna get. So I'll advise that whenever you're doing fragrance separation, you make sure you're spending enough time on your image to get the best results out of it. How far we brought our image down. So we're gonna go ahead and then use the mixer brush tool. That's the next step. That's what I mostly do after the lasso tool. I go ahead and then use the mixer brush tool as well to smoothen it even more and then get a more consistent skin tone, and then to make our image look much better. So I'm going to go ahead with the settings 100%. Let me decrease the wet to say 50%, somewhere around 51% is okay. So wet at 51%, load at 55%, and a mix at 75%. Let me decrease this as well to 54% is okay, and then flow at 67%. So with this side, you're just gonna be careful when you're doing it. I'm currently using my mouse to do it. I have a Wacom that I can use, but I'm doing it with the mouse because I'm much used to the mouse. So we're just gonna just brush over her skin, make sure everything is smoothing up nicely. Let's check a quick before and after. This is before and then this is the after. So as you can see, it's looking nice and we are transforming our image gradually. So we're just going to continue this, just brush the entire face. Let me just speed this. Hey, if you have any questions or anything you want to ask me, you can just drop it in the comment section. Yeah, if you have anything you want to tell me, any comments, any question about how I do my fragrance separation, anything at all that you want to ask, you can just drop it. You can just drop it in the comment section and I'm going to reply. If you want to message me as well, you can just go to my Instagram and then just drop me a message on my Instagram and I'm going to get back to you over there as well. Alright, so we have some smoothness going on her face. It's looking nice. I always love to zoom out my images so that I can see the overall image, how everything is looking from a distance. So yeah, this is the before and this is the after. As you can see, her face is looking much smoother. Now let me just balance the tones over here on her cheek. You can see, let me zoom out. Yeah, it's looking nice, looking better. Alright, so now I'm going to proceed to her skin, her entire skin. So I'm just going to proceed and then just continue brushing on her skin with a mixer brush tool like this. Alright, so I think we're done with the skin smoothing. Let's check the before and after. This is the before and this is the after. This is the before and this is the after. Let me zoom in a little bit. Let's check the before. This is the before and this is the after. As you can see, her skin is looking much smoother than before. So let's just proceed and then just remove just the little pimples over here. So we select the texture layer and then select the spot healing brush too. And then we're just gonna zoom into her face and then just brush over the spots that we want to remove. So you're gonna go over all her face and then just remove anything that you feel like it has to be removed. Just slowly and gradually check everything and then just remove it on her face. Yeah, so the figure separation action that I used, if you want that action, I have it in my online store. You can just check it out, and then the link is in the description below. And I have videos as well on this channel where I show you how to create your frequency separation from scratch. So if maybe you don't want to download it and then you want to create it yourself, you can just go ahead and then check out those videos as well and then create everything from scratch. Alright, so as you can see, our image is looking much better. Let me just move in here at this side a little bit more. Yeah. Alright, it's looking much better. Alright, so we are done with the skin retouch. Let me just smooth in her lips a little bit. I can do this all day, trust me. I just love doing it. Alright, so her lips is looking smooth and nice. Let me zoom out. Yeah, so everything is cool now. Okay, let's try and then flatten, or let's smoothen the side out a little bit more. Okay, so you're still going to do that on the color layer. I don't really like how it's just looking, so just gonna smoothen it out like with a mixer brush too. So we're gonna go ahead and then just whiten her eyes. I have an action to that as well, so I'm just gonna click on it. No, this is dodge and burn. We're gonna do dodge and burn later, not now. So let me just delete this and then teeth and eye whiten it. It's gonna load up over here for us. So with the brush tool selected and then with our foreground color on whites, press X to toggle between the whites and then the black. That is this side. Then I'm just gonna zoom into her eyes and then just brush into the whites of her eye. And go to the other eye, whites as our foreground color, and then just paint. Yeah, but make sure the layer mask is the one that you are brushing on or doing the work on. Always make sure you're doing everything on the layer mask. Alright, let me zoom out. Let's see. Okay, so her eyes is looking white. Before and after. There's the before and there's the after. But it's not that white enough. So I'm just going to add a little bit of brightness into it by adding curves to it like this. And just drag the middle like that just to brighten it up just a little bit more. Like this. Let me zoom out. This is what you're having, but I think the effect is too much. So let me check the before and after. Let me just decrease the opacity of the curves a little bit, just so we have something natural going on. Now, let me check the before and after. This is the before and this is the after. Let me check, yeah, our full image. All right, our image is looking good. Yeah, our skin is looking much smoother. Her eyes are looking much cleaner. So we're good to proceed to the next step. So let's add a little bit of dodge and burn to our skin so that we can let it pop out or stand out a little bit more. So I'm going to come to the action. Sorry if I'm using action so much, because it makes work so much easy and simple and straight to the point. So I love to use actions so much. Everything is already made. So if you want to get this, you can just go into my store and then just download it. Alright, so we click on the dodge and burn, and then it's going to load up for us over here. So I'm going to zoom into her face like this. And then just as we did to the eye, we're going to select the brush tool. And then on the layer mask like this, let me increase the size of the brush a little bit. Always make sure it's on a soft round brush. As you can see, on the soft round brush. And then opacity at 100, flow at 100. I normally love to just go direct and straight. Somewhat like some people say you should decrease the opacity and stuff. I don't like doing like that. I just love to go straight to the point. So I'm just gonna go in and just brush on her face like that. So I already have the dodge and burn already made for us. So wherever I brush is just applying the dodge and burn effect on it. So the dodge actually adds more light to the highlighted parts, and then the burns add more kind of darkness to the shadows, right, to give it that 3D kind of look. So let's check the before and after. This is the before and this is the after. As you can see, it's looking a little bit darker, but everything is working perfectly for me. So let me just increase the size of the brush a little bit, and then just paint on her skin. So when you finish and you feel like the effect is just too much, you just go ahead and then just decrease the opacity, and then you're good to go. It's just as easy as that. Yeah. Yes, so there we have our image. Let's check the before and after. This is the before and this is the after. If you feel like the dodge is too much, just as I said, you can just go ahead and then just decrease the opacity to get it looking normal. There were some spills around it over here, so I'm just using the still on the brush tool, but with the black as our foreground color, and then just paint over and make sure it's on the layer mask like this, and then just paint at the sides where it spills so that I just clear them off. Let me zoom out, zoom in, just clearing. Hey, if you're still here and you haven't subscribed yet, kindly hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to like this video as well. Yeah, if that's all you've learned anything from this video so far, just subscribe, like, and if you can share as well, I'll be happy if you can share. Right, so let me just go here, and then at the burn is making it look a little more darker. So I'm just going to select the burn, just click on this arrow sign over here to open our group, and I'm just going to decrease the burn, the opacity of the burn like this. Yeah, the before and after. All right, so it's looking much better. Check the overall before and then the after. So let's hold Alt. Let's check. This is the before and this is the after. This is before and the after. As you can see, our image is looking nice. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and then add some few artworks to it, because the background is looking quite plain for me and I don't really like it like that. So I love to add some artistic pictures to it, to make it some artistic background overlays to it, to make it look much better and much nicer. So I'm just gonna go and then locate the folder where I have my stuff in, and then just, yeah, so I have it over here like this. So I'm just gonna, I love this effect so much, this overlay so much, so I'm just gonna drag and just drop it onto our image like this. Let me increase the size like that. I think that's okay, and just press OK. Then it's covering our images, I know. So select the blend modes and then just select multiply. I think multiply works well for this image. So I'm going to just decrease the opacity like this. Yeah, I know we have the image on our subject, which isn't nice. We're going to fix it right away. So we're going to select the background layer like this, and then come to select, and then select subject. So it's gonna make a selection around our subject for us. Yeah, there we have it. So we're gonna apply this onto our image, our background layer over here like this. So what I mostly do is I just create a curves adjustment layer like this, and then I'm gonna go just press and hold Alt, and then drag, and then drop it onto our artwork. Control I to invert. Make sure the layer mask is selected, and then just press Control and I to invert the selection, right? So now we have our background now showing in the background instead of on the image, as you can see. Yeah, so now let's decrease the opacity a little bit. Like this. So now we have some kind of drama going on in the background. I would love to add another effects to the background just to make it look more nicer. So I'm gonna go to our backgrounds over here like this, and then I love this effect, so I'm gonna use this one. I'm just gonna drag and then just drop it. I have all this in my online store, so you can just check it out. Yeah, try and purchase something. It helps me out a lot because my channel is not monetized yet, and that's the only way I can make something to just motivate me. Yeah, so I position it over here like this. Select OK. Let's change the blend mode to multiply. Let's see screen. No, screen is too bright. I think multiply is okay. Let's see how normal looks. No, we're gonna just go with the multiply, and then let's decrease the opacity like that. Yeah, so with the same way we did this one, we're just gonna copy our layer mask over here and then just apply it onto our background over here. So we're just gonna select this one and then press Alt and then click and then drag and drop onto the other backgrounds, like you can see over here. So now we have our effects showing at the back of our image, right, which is looking nice. So let's proceed to the next step. I feel like we should remove the background color. We can change the color, just play around with the color a little bit. Yeah, I think that will look good as well. So we're gonna do that with our hue and saturation. So we're gonna go like this, and then you see this icon over here. We're just gonna select it and then click to select the background. Then we're just gonna do this like this. Our image is looking all over the place, but don't worry about that now. Let's just drag the slider over here to, you see the background selected. Yeah, as you can see, the colors have shifted to only the background. The background is looking much red, meaning the background is selected. So now let's go around and then just decrease the opacity like this. Let's play around with a slider at the top just to get a nice looking background for us. I think this is looking nice. This is okay. I think I like this. I like this. Yeah, and the yellow is complementing. It's more of brownish, kind of yellowish kind of vibe, and it's complementing the red in her outfits. I think it's kind of cool. It's cool. So I'm just gonna leave it at that. Let's move to the next step, which is let's add some gradient fill to it, just to add a little bit of drama to our image. So you're gonna come here to gradients, move it to this side, and then linear. Yeah, linear is cool, but let's use radial for now, and then just take on the reverse, and then let's select the side. Let's remove this, delete, select here, add black to it like this, and then select OK. And let's drag the slider to the back, and let's let it forward, no, to the back, forward, making sure we're having the sweet spots. Then we select OK. Now I'm just gonna drag this around something like this, and then let's just increase the scale value right here like that. Let me just drag it up a little like this, just adding some dramatic lighting to our image. Let me drag it back a little bit more. Yeah, I think this is looking good. Select OK. Let me zoom out a little bit more. Let's check the before and after. Just hold Alt and then click on the background. This is the before and this is the after. So far so good. I'm sure you agree with me. I love how our image is looking so far. So now let's add some lights to it, because our image is a little bit dark. So I'm going to select the curves layer, curves adjustment layer, and then just create a handle over here in the middle, and then just increase it a little bit. So as you can see, our image has been improved just within a short moment. So our gradient is looking a little bit so much, so let me just decrease it a little bit to 82%. Is cool. Yeah, so we're looking good. Alright, so now let's go ahead and then color grade our image. So with the color grader, we're going to come here to the new adjustment layer, and then we're just going to select color lookup. We're going to come here 3D, select color lookup 3D, and it's going to open up this for us. I have this in my store as well. Yeah, so you're just going to select the one that you want, and then just select and then click on load to load it up to our image. This is how our first effect is looking. It's looking pretty cool. Let's check out the different one as well to see the one that works much better for our image. Select second one, Ecodidia Skin Pop. Let's load that one up as well and see how it's looking on our image. Wow, this is also nice. Wow, I like this. So let's check the other ones as well. Let's see the third one. This is looking cool. Let's give it some nice effects. Wow, I just love this stuff. This is looking nice. Let's check the last one, and then we finally decide on which one to use. Wow, this is so nice. Oh my god. All right, but I think I'm feeling the one with the blues in the shadows a little bit more, so that is, I think, the second one. So let's just go with the second one. Yeah, this is nice. This is very, very, very nice. So I'm just going to decrease the opacity a little bit over here. To say 37. Let's check the before and after. This is the before and this is after, and our image is looking this smooth and delicious and fantabulous. Let's zoom out a little bit. Now let me add a little bit more color into it. So I'm going to use the selective color, and then we have our reds over here. Let me just play around with the reds, the blacks and the reds, just to add more drama and a little bit pop into our reds in the image. It's looking nice. Yeah. It's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Let's come to the yellows. Let's see what we can do with the yellows as well. Okay, it's okay. The yellows are okay now. Let's see if there are any grains that we can work on. Our image doesn't have a lot of grains in it, but just to be sure. All right, so now let's move to the black. Now I'm just gonna drag this a little bit back like this, and then yeah, I always love to add some blues into the dark parts of the image because it adds some kind of drama to it, and which makes it look much better and nicer. And just drag this to back like this. Just zoom out. Wow, so this is how our image is looking so far. This before and after. I'm kind of liking the drama in the image and everything. I'm kind of feeling it. Well, let me just decrease the opacity a little bit over here. Yeah, everything is looking more balanced. Let me add some levels over here just to lighten the dark sides a little bit more. Bring in more shadows into our image. Let it pop. Wow. So far so good. Is what we are getting now, and I think our image is looking much nicer compared to when we started. So let's see the before and after. So this is the before and this is the after. This is the before and this is the after. So far so good. We've been able to get something beautiful out of our image here. But one last thing, let me just go here to the selective color, double click, and then let's go to the whites. Let me add more whites to the highlights just to make it pop more. Yummy. I just love the image. God damn it. Alright guys, so this is what we are able to get out of our image. Just drop anything in the comment section telling me how our image is looking. I don't know if it's looking okay for you, if it's looking nice. Just tell me and let me know in the comment section. I'm going to try and then upload this onto my Instagram so that you can check it out over there as well. Yeah, link in the description below. If at all you want to learn anything, you can just drop anything you want to know into the comments section and I'm going to reply you. If you want to talk to me or send me any message, you can send me up on my Instagram. Thanks so much for your time. Thanks so much for watching. See you guys in the next one. Check out other videos on this channel. Bye bye for now.